Hey guys, what's up? This is As a Man coming at y'all on the 100 side of the game. Man, before I get into this message, please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. This is your first time hearing me. And if you are a returning viewer, then salute to you. Hey man, I gotta tell y'all something that the spirit just put on me when I was inside the shower. You know, it just happens, bro. Sometimes, whatever thought might come to you, it comes to you, bro. But I was just thinking about, the wicked ways of a woman or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? And I was just thinking about like the programming that we live in this Western society, meaning that there's no man inside these households when a kid is coming up most times. You know what I mean? And we can even say it's not even just the black community. It's a lot of communities, a lot of races that's dealing with that because you start to see the aesthetic of or just the making of a person that's in the hip hop black culture. Well, fuck it, I'll just say black culture. The American. Well, fuck it. Let's just say the nigga mindset. This is the nigga mindset, right? So I was just having a thought, and I was just like, man, you know, I was pinpointing when women, girls, chicks, what they want to call them, get so wicked. Now I remember coming up, in my preteens, teens, and 20s and shit like that. Preteens and teens, I always looked at black chicks as being kind of mean and shit like this. So I would veer more towards, kind of fucking with them, but not really fucking with them. You know what I mean? But I was no stranger to fucking them. You know what I mean? No stranger to that at all. And every interaction, fucking them and shit like that was cool. I probably got, out of all the chicks I done hit, my preteens and teens, probably had like one sideways bitch. You know what I mean? Like one sideways bitch that was just on some sucker shit. Well, no. I said no. I say three. Three that was just on some weird shit. You know what I mean? But that's it. And nigga done hit a lot of bitches. You know what I mean? like, but it seemed whenever I start to hit the mid 20s, later 20s or whatever like that, 30s and stuff like that, I started to notice a change in the women. They start to get a little bit more wicked. And for that, I could just see it was probably because they went out into the world and experienced everything that everybody told them not to experience, right? Now, fortunate enough, I had my father in my life, but not living with me. And I had other uh, adult men in my life, whatever like that, but not living with me. So it was like I still was getting that programming from a chick, a woman, you know what I mean, my mother. But I had a little bit more balance leaning towards the man side, whatever like that. But still, certain things I didn't listen to that, cause yourself to suffer because you don't listen to the man. So I'm just like, damn, it's like men understand what's going on in the world and society, the programming that we got going on. I say majority of the men, you know, we learn and we look back and be like, damn, I could have really did this different. I see the pattern with this. I got to switch this shit. I can't keep doing this kind of shit. You know what I mean? So it's like I say, like we hit that shit in our 30s. You know what I mean? Some later, some earlier, but we all hit that milestone, that point where it's just like we just start looking and just be like, hold on, like I reference Weebay from that TV show The Wire. When he was on the street corner, he was just looking around with his mouth open, and eyes wide up. And that nigga eyes was bucked. That nigga was like, "What the fuck?" For real. That's how every man looks at the world when they hit that milestone I'm talking about. But for women, they don't hit that milestone. You know, they stay. And we can just say majority. If she didn't have a father in her life, or one that she respected, one that the mother respected, then she'll never learn. You know what I mean? She'll never learn. I'm not even gonna put hope out there for you. She'll never learn. You know what I mean? So it's like I was having like a lot of thoughts, and it's just when you start to see stuff for what it is, it's really crazy, bro. you know. And mm, we're just gonna cut it at that. So I could go deeper into the thoughts that I was having and shit like that, but I'll probably make a part two if the spirit calls upon it. You know what I mean? But I feel like I should stop it right here, and that's what I'm going to do. But man, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe, man. I don't have the answers. I'm only bringing thoughts to you. Maybe you can expand on it.